Well, the second season of CW's Walker is underway, and there is a big rivalry brewing.
Don't take our word for it. Let's hear it from Mr. Cordell Walker himself. Jared Padalecki joins us now with more. Jared!
Good morning,
guys.
Before we get to the topic at hand, you know I was a big Gilmore Girls fan.
Using
Your hand, tell me how many times you saw Amy Sheridan Palladino without a jaunty hat?
I don't have to use a hand because it never happened. Yeah, awesome. I actually ran into her a few years back now, but I ran into her and I had just recently, it must have been when the Netflix did the reboot, and I had gone back to watch Gilmore Girls because I was like, what was that character? I was already kind of like deep into Sam Winchester. I played some movie roles in between. I was like, I need to go back and remember who Dean was. So I went back and watched, and I think the first words I said to Amy were, thank you for bringing me back, because you shouldn't have. Like, I don't know what you saw in me early on. Not that I'm Daniel Day-Lewis now by any means, but I was sort of like, I don't know why you kept bringing me back, but I very much appreciate it.
That's good stuff. That is good stuff. Okay, so let's talk about Walker, because you played the title character, but you're also a very busy man because you're the executive producer as well. How does that ever get to be too much? I would imagine, you've got maybe four different hats on at any given time.
There are a lot of hats. Yeah. And I always have one next to me also. So
Nice.
Luckily, I'm a hat fan. No, but it's great. It's great because this was Cordell Walker. This version of Cordell Walker was something that was kind of created in my head, at least, while we were wrapping up Supernatural. And so it's something that I was really passionate about, and I didn't want to be the guy who just ran around roundhouse kicking people, especially these days. It's not something that I think there's a big appetite for. But speaking of Gilmore Girls, I had done Supernatural for 15 and a half years, and most of that show was sort of like, I don't know if the kids can watch this episode. I cut somebody's head off, or I become a deviant or something. Yeah. And so I wanted to get back to a really wholesome show that I could watch with my family, my kids. Yeah. Not that Supernatural wasn't wholesome, but there was a lot more violence. And so this is more of a show about a family man or a family person who's going through struggles and happens to be a Texas Ranger. Not about like, this is a Texas Ranger just arresting people.
Mm-hmm.
Was it weird going on to a new set after that 15-year jaunt on Supernatural?
That was a long time.
Extremely weird. Extremely weird. And also, we went on to Walker right in the heart of the pandemic. I mean, it was the end of October 2020. And so everybody's wearing masks, and we have people who are there to make sure you're not within 6 feet of each other for too long.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of, it felt like it was a little bit difficult at first to really get to know people, because you never see their face. You see them in their mask, and you're not really allowed to eat next to them or get too close to them, because we didn't know how this was spreading. We're learning more as we go, obviously.
Yeah.
But it was but I still feel like we have a wonderful family here at Walker. Our cast and crew, we've gotten to know each other now over the course of just over 12 months. And now we're in our 24th episode of Walker.
Yeah.
So we're kind of calling, it's technically we're filming the 6th episode of season 2. But we had 18 season 1, and we kind of pick up right where we left off. So we're really calling it like Walker episode 24.
Well, I hope you don't mind. We penciled you in for 15 seasons.
You're okay with that?
Is that all right?
Fine. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, let me mark it. Let me write on my calendar real fast.
I mean, that's what you do is longevity. So, we just figured.
Yeah. I wouldn't mind that. I'm home. I live in Austin. I've lived here for over 10 years. And I grew up in San Antonio, and I'm a born and bred Texan. And so I get to see my kids in the morning or at night, and I don't have to fly all over the place like I was doing during Vancouver. So that's all right. I love my cast. I love my crew. And as long as they'll have me, I'll be happy to do it.
Well, then in that case, we're going to have to make you draw a line in the sand. World Series, Braves or Astros?
Astros, obviously.
Well, I figured you'd say that.
Yeah. We grew up in San Antonio. Yeah, we were sort of we had the San Antonio Spurs. My dad was a Cowboys fan, so we all became Cowboys fans. But as far as Major League Baseball, we would go to Dallas and watch Rangers games. We'd go to Houston and watch Astros games. And I saw a bunch. I was at Nolan Ryan's 5,000th strikeout.
Nice.
Cool. Yeah, so, go Astros.
Good stuff. All right, well, Jared, we look forward to seeing you on Wednesdays on Walker right here on the CW.
For the next 15 years of your life.
15 more years.
He said yes. He said yes. We got it on camera.
Thanks,
Jared.